The stuff that we do like to do, it almost seems like we convince ourselves that we like to do it. Whether that be you have to convince yourself that you like to do something for the approval of other people, for you to approve yourself. I can only like myself if I do this activity. It's like I reward myself if I do that certain activity. You need to have at least one thing in your life that you do has no financial gain and it doesn't impress other people. And it could do both of those things. If you're lucky, you could find something that you like to do that is lucrative and it is impressive to other people, but it shouldn't have to be those things. Because I feel like what a lot of people like is stuff that other people already like, and they have to convince themselves that they like it rather than truly liking it. And I don't think that's super healthy. I think that you should have a couple things in your life, or at least one thing that you like to do regardless of whether it's cool or not. Regardless if you feel like it's a waste of time. But if you can get in that flow state while doing it, I think it's 100% worth doing. I like to, a couple years back, I started studying Japanese. I mean, I just like looking at the symbols. I thought it was cool. Me personally, and other people might think that's like nerdy, or like you're a freaking weeaboo or something. And I really don't. Besides like martial arts, I don't really have any interest in Japanese culture. I think it's interesting, but I don't. That's not the reason I learned it. I just like, you watch Dragon Ball Z or you play video games. A lot of that stuff is from Japan, and I thought, why not learn that language, learn those symbols? And as I did it, I just had fun, just for the fact that I could do it. It didn't matter if it was cool. Like what would have been socially cool is if I learned like a more practical language that more people spoke. But sometimes you just gotta find that thing that doesn't matter what other people think about it. It's about you. A lot of people outsource their life. Not in the general terms of like most people work wage jobs. It's the fact that their opinions and quote-unquote political beliefs are outsourced by preconceived social identities or whatever. I don't know what the word would be, but a lot of people have blanket opinions. Certain subjects, they don't critically think about what it means. They're more likely to blindly follow something because it makes them feel good, rather than deeply looking into what it means. It takes less energy to find interest in something that's already been established and socially liked. There's nothing wrong with it if you truly enjoy it, but it's at least good to know why you enjoy it, and maybe you could take aspects of something that you like and then find a deeper niche to it. See, sometimes I kind of convince myself that I like to record videos out of the fact that I might randomly pop off one day, and that would be a very, it's like I want to be able to, I don't really truly have a desire to talk into a void. I just like the process of picking up a camera, recording a video, and then editing it. That's what I like to do. I don't necessarily like talking to myself into a camera. I'd rather talk with people, but in my head I like to pull out a camera and talk to it. I don't know. I don't even know how I would describe that. My thought process is, okay, I have to make a video because I have a camera that I bought and I have video editing software that I'm paying for, but I want to get to the point where I get into a flow of making videos that I truly enjoy. Sometimes it feels like I have to record stuff, sometimes that I don't even edit, and it seems like I'm forcing it out. Because I kind of do like goofier videos, but I feel like sometimes I have a very like serious demeanor when I talk about stuff. I don't know what that is. Honestly, I'm trying to figure out how the world works, and the deeper I go, the more I realize I don't really know. Like, I don't understand. I feel like with sports, like certain sports, people just like them because it was popular in school. Like, how many people would be, if football came out yesterday, how many people would honestly, if like football was some weird underground thing, and not an underground in a cool way, if football, like American football, just came out, it's just coming out, and it's just starting, how many people would actually be interested in it in today's world? How many people would care? If football, American football, was not a high school sport, how many people would actually care about it? I feel like not that many people. If there wasn't all these sports teams, if it wasn't all this merch, if it wasn't for the Super Bowl, if it wasn't for other cool guys or cool people liking football, if girls didn't like the guy on the football team, if it was just some obscure sport that a small group of people played, how many people would actually be interested in it today? If people weren't forced to play in high school by either being peer pressured into it or their parents saying you have to do a sport, how many people would actually be interested in maybe a lot? Because I honestly don't get it. I don't really, the only sport I really like and I will watch is MMA, and it really has nothing to do with it being like socially acceptable. If I had to sit down and watch a sport, it would be MMA every time, because I find it genuinely interesting, it's exciting, and something, it's very there's like, it's a new kind of thing. I can't get my fucking words together. I can understand, okay, maybe I'm in a friend group that likes soccer or whatever, and we all go to the Manchester Stadium or whatever's popular with soccer. Okay, so there's a lady in front of me who's had her blinker on in